And welcome back. Hope you had a great day today. We are back again onto CrewCat, getting that mast all finished up. So you saw me take down the mast, and now I'm in my shed while it's raining, getting the new anchor light because I just was not happy with the old one. So wired everything back up to the new cable. This cable is definitely a lot longer than the old one. Ran it all through, used one of the existing holes from the previous light, had to drill out 2 more, and then attach some Tef gel, and then got some new nuts and bolts in there, and then back on the roof she goes. A bit of grease later, and the mast is all back and installed. Here we are. We're now moving on to the radio antenna and the port nav light. So we have just checked out to see where we are going to put that nav light, and then here we are having some troubles with the silicon sealant, which is 291 Sikaflex, so that way it's nice and strong, and it's also going to keep a nice waterproof seal on the boats. Next, the mast was pretty easy. We just went to the back of the speaker box, which is what you're seeing there. That was a modification we made to the canopy there. And then very simple, attach the antenna, run through the cable, and then using that same black Sikaflex to seal up that hole, so that way it blends in nice and easy. I was thinking about a bit of heat shrink, but then decided against it and went towards the Dita tape, the self-fusing kind, and it works, in my opinion here, a lot better than the heat shrink. And so we now moved on to the starboard side. It was just a single light on this side, nice and easy. Ran it through the side of the speaker box, similar to the other side. And then here we are inside the canopy little door, where we can now wire in all the lights and tidy up all the work that we did the other day on the speakers. So here we are, just stripping back those wires, connecting in some solder just some solder heat shrink. Really nice connections, and then a bit of heat shrink over the top as well. Then we moved on to the mast, got all the mast connections easy. These are quick disconnect cables, so that way the mast can be removed nice and easy without having to do the entire wiring loom again. So I definitely decided for this one. I think it was a much better choice than having to cut and remove the wiring. And then here we are starting to move over to that port side, getting that port side nav light wired in nicely. From here, got all that buttoned up, and then moved on to finishing off in the helm, so that way we can test everything. So the last thing that we needed to put in was the horn, and so here we are wiring up the horn switch again. And then we did run into a problem this time around where the horn was just not working, and it took me a little bit to get going. But basically, by getting a new horn and rechecking the cabling, I basically discovered that the horn must have got water at some point when it was folded down, and as a result has died. So basically here I am testing, getting the new one sorted. My brother came for a little bit of a visit, and we got onto the mast here and then basically swapped out those horns. Now my 360 did die before I could finish showing you everything and the final result, but basically we got everything wired up, tested, and then buttoned everything up down below, which I'll show you tomorrow.